All right, a beautiful morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom. I'm excited today because we have an in-house studio and I've missed you. I've missed every one of you because it's been a very long time coming and we've not been here. But I'm glad we're here. And of course, we are here to push women, tell our success story, educate, inform, and do whatever we have to do to make us the better person. So yes, if you want to join this program, you can join us live on Facebook and on YouTube at Galaxy TV News. We have other YouTube channels actually. We have Galaxy TV Vibes, we have Galaxy TV Entertainment, we have Galaxy TV Comedy, and of course the Galaxy TV News where you can watch this live. So yes, if you know you're on transit and you don't want to probably go through our social media pages, you can download Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store and Apple Play Store and watch this program live. I'm super excited because I have an amazing person seated with me. Usually I would have gone for a tip, but I want to do something different. Let us do our chit chat a little bit, get ourselves entertained and educated. Then we'll now go into our tips for today. So right now I would want to introduce an amazing person. She is an empowerment person and she's ready to, she even brought her book. She's a writer, she's an author, she's a lot of things. We have Rita in the house. Good morning, Rita.
Good morning, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you, you look good.
Thank
Oh,
you.
there's something about all Ritas I've met. They are always,
really?
yes. I've never met any fair Rita, but all of you, dark chocolate. Oh, you guys are so pretty. Thank you so much for coming to the studio. Hope it wasn't stressful getting to
No,
you.
it wasn't.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's talk about what you do. What is your success story? We want to hear your success story first.
Wow.
How did you get to where you are? We want to hear the bad parts. We want to hear the good parts. We want to hear everything. So please share.
Wow. It's a whole long journey, but I'm grateful for the journey.
Yeah.
Because I don't think without the journey I would have come as far.
True.
And I would have been this strong. Yeah, so it's a whole long way. So where do I start?
Please
from?
start from the very beginning. We are listening. It's your time.
Okay.
Please share it. Share it. How did you start
Alright.
this journey?
Okay, so I know you already know my name is Rita.
Yeah.
Rita Bada.
Bada.
Yes,
Bada,
I
Bada.
talk with teenagers. I run women's program. I'm a pastor from Leading Edge Christian Center at Akeson. And okay, so prior to this time, I worked in a famous bank. With lots of awards on my name. I don't mean to brag. So
no, please brag. Is it easy to get an award? Please brag. You're allowed.
And so I worked for like 10 years in a leading bank and decided to step down to fulfill purpose because time and again, I see myself talking to teenagers, especially those in secondary schools. I see a lot of young people and I feel that there is so much that they can do to change their narrative and be a blessing to their community. And so I decided to resign, pursue purpose. And so I've been going to secondary schools. It's a journey of like 7-8 years.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yes, it didn't come that easy. It didn't come that
so
easy.
tell us the path that
there are some schools you go to and you're like, okay, I have this for your students, seminars, workshops on career, on handling peer pressure, and they're like, oh, madam, I'm sorry, we can't, have you on board right now. Maybe next time. Next time we'll come, you
they
go.
Will
They're
like,
for them. Okay, maybe another time. We are booked down and all that.
And you were ready to do it for them.
Yes,
free.
There are some schools that are free. There are some schools I know. They can pay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do school tours, and that one is free. And then we also have seminars and workshops for secondary schools, and that one they just pay a little amount. And so for some time we've had schools like Fieldell College at Isheri, we've had Diamond Hall, we have Heritage, within that same axis in the mainland, and so far so good. They've been good. We have Anatech. We have a lot of schools that have been coming on board, and there are a lot of testimonies from their students to say, oh, we've benefited from the seminars, we've been able to make informed choices, informed decisions when it comes to relationships, when it comes to our academics, when it comes to balancing life as a young person with everything that is going on, especially in social media.
Oh.
You know, it's really not funny.
Yes,
but
it is.
we've had a lot of testimonies like that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
so what was the most challenging part in having to build this career for yourself?
Okay, one of it was when I started the annual Teens Conference. You know, I host annual Teens Conference every year, and it's been challenging when it comes to the financing because it's free. And it's for all teenagers within the mainland. You are from Ireland. At a point, we had people coming from other states,
wow,
to Lagos
that's
to join
huge.
this very program. And one of the challenges has been finance. And at a point, my husband was like, you're so passionate about these things. Have you told this? Have you told that person? You never can tell. And so I just went ahead. Then I told my pastor, you know, and he was like, oh, send in your proposal. And that was it. I was like,
wow.
Seriously. And so we got sponsors, people who at a point we got first registrar to sponsor us. We got Golden Penny. We got, yes, even individuals are ready.
Sponsoring.
Yes, they were sponsoring. They were ready to see teenagers get the right information to make powerful decisions. And I was like, wow, so I'm not alone.
That's amazing.
There are other people that
your challenge is actually very interesting.
Yes,
you know, a lot of people will go through this challenge and be like, oh, I gave up at a point, but I had to pick up. But this is very beautiful.
Yes, it opened my eyes to say a lot of things. That there are other parents out there. You're not alone. There are other parents out there that want to see their teenagers thrive. And they know it's when they come together, they listen to, you know, sermons, they listen to seminars, workshops, they participate. Because in our annual conferences, we don't just do talk. We allow them come in, show their skills. There are some that just want to dance, not teenagers and music.
Of course.
There are some that just want to play the games and win.
Yeah.
You know, so we allow them do their stuff. There are some that come in to rap. We allow them do their stuff. And then we hammer them with the truth. Very important.
Okay, now this is very interesting. You see that truth, the way you said it, you are going to release a little of that truth today. Okay. But before we talk about that truth, I want to ask, how is it been working, teaching teenagers to grow up in the proper way?
It has not been funny. Because from time to time, you get to hear parents coming, my teenager is doing this. I've said this several times. I'm like, okay, so did you state the consequences? Did you put the right structures in place? Because for every child is different. The way you raised A is not the way you raised B. Yes, they might be from your womb, the same, but they are different. Everybody's destiny is different. And so you've got to wake up to that realization to say, okay, this is what works for this child. This is what works for this one. And so this is what I'm going to do. And so when we have parents come in to report their children, teenagers, we're like, okay, let's come down to the foundation. How did you raise this? What were the structures you put in place? All right. What are the things? What are the do's and the don'ts? What are those measures you put in place to ensure that such thing will not repeat itself? Yes. And so when they say, okay, this is it, I say, okay, you see where you went wrong. Okay, this is how we can do it. And at the end of the day, everybody lives.
So tell me now, you just mentioned something very valid, but I would really like to hear it in details. What is the most common challenge within teenagers that parents tend to report? And what was the solution you gave to them? Or what was it that you found that, like you said, you told the parents, see where you got it wrong, and this is how you should make it better. So can you share one of it?
One of it is in terms of relationship. Yes, I've had a couple of, parents come up to me to say, oh, my daughter is not getting it in terms of relationship. I want her to go out with a man that is responsible. And I'm like, okay, responsible, In what sense? Responsible is very wide.
Very wide.
Yes, what is your own definition? Because it might not be her own definition. Yes. And so after they've listed out their own criteria, what they expect responsible to me, I'm like, okay, your daughter's perspective of responsible is different.
It's different.
Okay, but can we
balance it?
Yes, can we balance it? Can we say, okay, this is where we meet. You want someone that is responsible, that is godly, that is hardworking, that is diligent, that is, okay. You know, okay, so this
mentally
is what you
okay.
want. Yes, mentally okay. And so at that point, it's okay. They're able to, come to an agreement that, okay, henceforth, this is what we expect. Because when you do not state your expectations to your children, they'll just be walking on the cloud. They don't really know what you're expecting. And you cannot be assuming or guessing, oh, my children should know what I expect. I've trained them, so they should know. But it's very important that we talk about these things. Yes, and then we stop treating our teenagers like children. They are no longer tiny
children. They are grown up. Yes. They are just young adults.
Yes, they are young adults. Although there are times that they behave like 9 years in 19-year-old body. Yeah. But you just have to realize that they are growing. So give them their space, respect them, while you are also trying to work together.
I love what you have said. In fact, to be honest, with all the things you said, I have so many questions to ask you. But before that, like I said, I want us to just start the talk. So before we continue talking with Rita Bada, let's quickly go for a tip. And of course, this tip is just to give us a breather for you to learn and for you to get better. And when we come back, we'll continue with Rita Bada in talking about teenagers and of course, her success story. Stay with us, still gonna work.
Tips for motivation. Setting a goal. Anything from getting a degree or landing a new job to achieving a new level of physical fitness is a big step towards improving your life. But following through to achieve what we've set out to accomplish can be challenging, especially on those days when motivation wanes. So, how do you follow through on your commitment during those times when you don't feel like putting in the work? Number 1, put your goal on the calendar. One way to boost your internal motivation is to create some external motivation, a target date. Whatever you're aiming to accomplish, put it on the calendar. You may be working towards a goal with a set finish date built in. Examples include preparing for a test or taking a course with a fixed end date. If your goal lacks this structure, you can add it by deciding on a date by which you could realistically achieve your goal. Number 2, make working towards your goal a habit. When you make working towards a goal or habit, an automatic conditioned response, you no longer have to rely so much on feeling motivated. How do you turn a behavior into a habit? Identify your trigger. Choose something you already do daily, like brushing your teeth or eating lunch, to trigger the action you want to make a habit. Write an if or then plan. Number 3, plan for imperfection. Feeling excited and confident about achieving your goal is great, but it's also possible to be optimistic. Not every day will go exactly as planned, and that's okay. Life happens. One way to boost motivation on difficult days is to plan for them. As you think about your goal, jot down a list of the things that could get in your way. Number 4, set small goals to build momentum. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do other tasks and another and another. Number 5, track your progress. Seeing progress can be highly motivating. You'll find many tools out there to help you track your goals. This could be as simple as a to-do list or calendar where you can cross off tasks or days as you complete them. Another option is to draw a progress bar on a sheet of poster board or paper. Hang it somewhere where you see it regularly and fill it in as you get closer to your goal. And lastly, number 6, reward yourself for the little wins as well as the big ones. It feels good to be rewarded for our work. However, rewards can also improve motivation and performance. Rewarding yourself for reaching small milestones and completing big goals could boost your interest and enjoyment in the work you're doing. These rewards don't have to be big or cost a lot of money. Consider this quick list of ideas you could use to reward yourself. Take a short break, go for a walk outside, enjoy your favorite snack, read a chapter of your favorite book, spend a few minutes meditating, listen to an episode of your favorite podcast, plan a night out with your friend, play an online game, visit a free museum or attraction, have a long bath or shower, Call a friend or family member.
All right, yes, welcome back. That is the tip for motivation. So yes, Rita Bada actually brought me a book, and that is a book. And of course, there's a soft copy, there's a hard copy, and it says Intercessions for Our Seeds. Compendium of intercessory meditations and prayer points for your children. Like she said, she deals with teenagers, and this is her book. And like we say, women supporting women, that's what we're here to do. So please patronize her. I think you said it's 2,000 for a copy.
Yes.
So this is 2,000 for a copy. I've opened the book. Trust me, I don't bring things that I'm not interested in to the show. This is amazing, and you know, I didn't even know it was for me. I was already opening it, and when you told me it was for me, I was like, oh wow, because I already love what I am seeing. So please get your copy. So let's talk about this book. What made you, you know, decide to write this? Because this is amazing. Trust me.
Okay, so I see children as seeds, and when you plant them, they will grow. When you feed them, they will grow. And it also depends on what you're feeding your children with. You see some children, this one is firstborn, the other one is firstborn, but when they come to class, they are behaving differently, they're acting differently. What has happened? One parent is intentional about the growth of his child, while the other one is just, well, anyhow, let's just go. Let's just go. You know, so we've got to be intentional. Yeah. So after we've put all the structures in place, you pay the school fees, their clothes, this, that, you ensure that you pray for them. Yes, you ensure you pray for them. So this was born out of a passion to see that children grow, to see that, you know, they are being watered, to see that, you know, they are getting that prayer support, you know, for every stage of their life. Is it in school, is it marriage, is it career, different areas, you know. So we ensure, by bringing this in, we ensure that we pray for them and we build them up spiritually. Yes, the devil is after our children. Yes, and he's not
say that again.
He's not joking. He's not joking.
He's more serious than you and I right now on this show.
Yeah, so he's not joking.
Okay, so you said something about the truth. You know, you said that. Now, we want to know what that truth is. Please share.
Yes, so when I talk about the truth, a lot of teenagers these days are living in another world.
How do you mean?
Sometimes, for me, I feel that they are not facing reality. They just want the soft life.
Oh, of course. Baby girl lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. The soft life. But let's face reality.
Yeah.
Let's face reality. The truth is that whether we like it or not, there'll be tough times. We don't all pray for tough times. But there are times will come. Seasons change. That's life. So what do? You've got to buckle up. You've got to strengthen yourself. You've got to, you know, stand straight. You've got to say, yes, this is what I want to do in my life. It doesn't matter what is happening out there. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to be diligent. I'm going to, you know, do what I have to do to ensure that, you know, I make the most of my life. I'm going to add value. I'm going to live a better life. I'm going to do more than my parents have done, so that the next generation coming will take a leave from what they've seen and say, oh, we can't do less than what our parents
did.
So the truth for me here is changing your narrative. It all begins with you, you know, identifying yourself. Say, oh, this is who I am. This is my background. This is who I am. And I'm going to live my life in such a way that it will inspire others. It will bring, you know, glory to God. Yes.
So I want to ask, a question just popped in my head, and I noticed that a lot of teenagers, they tend to become an adult before time. Right now.
Yes.
They become an adult, and I feel like it's taking away the childhood. It's taking away the process, the growth.
Say that.
Yeah. So how do you think parents should start taking care of their teenage ones and not allow them take the responsibilities that should be on them, the responsibilities that, you know, they should actually take, and not put it on the child. You know, making the child lose the opportunity to have this childhood.
Exactly.
And I believe that when a child does not have that childhood,
Yes.
she gives birth or he gives birth, trust me,
It's still a child.
it's still a child.
And it's a parent to parent.
So how can a child parent a child? So at a point, it will look like both of them are probably, I don't know, there's just a mix-up somewhere. So what do you think parents should do?
So for me, I feel that parents should come into their children's life and paint a clear scenario. Yes, paint a clear picture that, okay, this is who you are now. In the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? You know, start allowing your teenagers to take certain decisions within the confines of your home. I cannot imagine a parent of a 16 years old still cooking their breakfast, washing all their clothes, doing everything, all the house chores. No, now. How? You remember when you were 16?
Don't even go there.
You should not even go there. Our parents were actually
you're probably already cooking the soup, sir.
You are going to market, you are doing everything. You are running the home.
Yeah.
So parents should, you know,
but was that right still?
You know, they were actually training us to be dependent, so that when you go to school, I'm not talking about schools that you just go to cafeteria and buy food. I'm talking about living on your own, because even when you travel to the abroad, you'd have learned skills of how to manage yourself, manage your home, run everything. So when you even go to the abroad, it's not new, as in you are able to live on your own. But in the cases, they make all the decisions for you.
How would you manage yourself?
How will you survive out there
without them?
Mom, I don't know.
Daddy, they can make decisions themselves.
So right now, start giving your teenagers responsibilities. Yes, every child has their own capacity. So start giving them responsibilities. Sometimes just, you know, let them make decisions. Oh, this is what I want to sew. Oh, this is what I want to do. Oh, this is what we should eat. What are we eating for Christmas? Easter is coming. What are we preparing? So, oh, we should prepare this. Okay, let's check it out on Google. How is it prepared? Okay, you go buy the stuff. You know, by so doing, you are preparing them. You're giving them responsibilities. And responsibilities help you become more responsible. Yes. And so from that, you're preparing them. You are ensuring that they have what will help them thrive out there. There are certain skills that parents should not take away from their teenagers.
Trust me. You know, when you were talking about Easter, I'm sorry to divert it a little bit, but let's put a little bit of humor today. You know, you're talking about Easter, and trust me, every Easter there's a chicken that is being killed. Same thing with Christmas. I just want to ask, can you kill a live chicken?
Again. Action.
Is it again for me? Can you even hold on to a live chicken?
Look at question.
I'm serious.
Look at question. Why do I? Okay, you know what? I grew up in the midst of 6 boys. So my brother, I do the cooking.
But you do the eating and the cooking.
We do the.
Okay, I think we're the same page, because trust me, you don't need to give me a live chicken to hold. They are passing. I'm giving them their space. Like, please just stay away from me.
I'm on my own.
So I don't know about you if you know how to kill a live chicken, because there's a way, there's a method. I love when they are killing it. Like, I can watch. You know, when they put the knife, and then growing up they always dig a little hole, you know, where they put the blood and cover up the feathers. Oh, I love pulling out the feathers. That's easy, because I know they are dead. But there are some chicken that while you're pulling the feathers,
they are still moving, they are still shaking.
Oh my God, please don't bring that on me. Anyways, back to what we're saying. We're talking about the truth right now. So what other truth do you think, now we've talked about the parents, what the parents need to do for the teenager. What other truth do you think teenagers shy or run away from that they need to face?
Okay, the truth Another thing I think teenagers like running away from, they don't like listening to their parents.
Why is that?
Yes, they feel that, oh, my mother has been talking from morning till night. She's always nagging. But, wait, reality check. If she doesn't talk, she will not leave.
Oh, trust
She
me.
will not survive the next day.
No way.
So she's got to talk. All right? Now, I'm not saying parents should nag their teenagers. I'm just saying teenagers try to listen more, okay? Listen to your parents. Yes, they have the truth in their mouths. And as much as you feel that they are nagging, try as much as possible to listen to the wisdom, because what they are speaking, they are speaking from a place of experience, a wealth of experience they bring on, and they tell you this. Sometimes you might not want to take it, but from that wealth of experience, you will gain one or two things. Yes. It's not like your parents know everything. They are not perfect. But they try as much as possible to tell you that you are not perfect. We are all not perfect. But we can work towards perfection together. They have never been parents of teenagers. For some of them, they are just struggling. But if you decide to listen to them, I think it will bring about a lot of change. And then be humble. Yes, there are some teenagers that are not humble.
Very stubborn.
When you finish talking your own, I
They
will
will
say
say
my
their
own, I
own.
will repeat it again. But just be humble. All right? Be humble. Learn. Be submissive to your parents. Listen to them. And I'm very, very sure you can work on your relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know, it will be a highly productive one. And at the end of the day, both parties will be happy.
We'll be happy.
Yes.
You know, you said something very valid. You mentioned parents, but I do not want to agree with parents. I want to agree mothers are the ones that talk.
Do the talking.
Oh, why? But why?
Why? We are born that way.
Because every time.
If you say, one day I was telling my husband, you know, I don't talk. You don't talk.
Who is telling you that?
I said, you know me, I don't talk. I don't like to talk. You just, as in, you don't talk. If you now talk, okay.
Oh my word. You know, sometimes, to be honest, one of my silent prayers is when my mom is there, my dad, and there, and other people are talking, and you could find out that maybe all of us started doing something. Maybe we started becoming busy with our phone. Trust me, I just found out that my mom is probably still talking.
Yeah.
Mothers are always like that.
Yes, they're always
They don't even mind if you're not listening.
That way. Oh,
They don't even mind if you're not.
way.
You just keep talking, and at a point, because for me, I feel like you're stressing yourself. I'll not be like, mommy, who are you talking to? Like, everybody's busy, so who are you talking to? I'll be like, I'm talking to people now, like, who? We are all busy. Like, so, and one of the silent prayer is, I beg God, I don't want to talk like this, and I want to be
Don't
this.
worry.
I want to be this.
That time you saw me, you remember.
I want to be this person when, like, if all the children are talking, maybe my grandchildren are talking, and it's time for grandma to talk or mommy to talk, they want to listen because they know mommy does not talk so much. Because trust me, when you talk a lot, it's difficult for even your children, even the husbands, to really listen to you. They'll just be there because they know they cannot leave. They just have to pretend like they are listening, but they are not actually listening. They just know that you're saying things. So it's one of the things. But I'm just putting that out there so that we women, I'm supposed to play a tip today, but I do not know, Ima, I don't know if you have it, but I'll call for it. But if you do not have it, you can always come back to us after the break. And I had to consciously make a tip saying that this is how you can be, in fact, let me put it the way I put it, less talkative. We women, we talk a lot. The way we folded the handkerchief and we put it in our bag, then the head came out. Oh no, that explanation is, even me, I get tired when people are explaining that much.
Yes.
That's not the gist again. I really do not. But so, anyways, Emmanuel, if you have tips for how to be less talkative, let's play that. If we do not, let's go for a short break, and we'll be right back to continue with Rita Bada. Stay with us. We do not have that tip ready, but trust me, one day I'm gonna play it. Okay, so finally, do you have something you want to share to either the teenagers or the parents, or what you want your people to know about?
Okay, I want to put it out there that every one of us were a masterpiece created by God. Life could have happened, different experiences, some traumatic, and they would have made you to, feel inferior about yourself. But I want you to realize that your true identity is not about the experiences you've had. It's about who God has created you to be and who you can still be. All right? Because there's so much embedded in you. Yes, life must have dealt you a hard blow, but you can choose to stand out. Yes, and how do you do that? First of all, your identity. You must understand your identity. Who are you? Where are you from? Whose are you? Who do you belong to? All right? You are a child of God. God has created you for His own glory. All right? So you are a piece of the Master. Number two, you've got to be your own cheerleader. A lot of people will not come to encourage you, but you've got to encourage yourself. Yes, you've got to encourage yourself. You've got to tell yourself, this is the least I can ever be. All right? So start with positive affirmation. Very, very important. It is the price you put on yourself that people will say, oh, really, this is her what? All right? So be your own cheerleader. Number three, feed yourself with healthy content. A lot of the time, we just feed our minds with a lot of jargons. No, be intentional about what goes into your ear gate, your eye gate. Be very, very intentional about it. Then four, stop comparing yourself with other people. Teenagers out there, stop comparing yourself. Yes, mothers. I know the pressure out there is high. A lot of your people will say pressure tiwa, pressure tiwa. Well, you've got to understand that there is really no pressure out there except the pressure you put on yourself. So stop comparing yourself with the next person. Instead, compare yourself with the person that you want to be in the next 5 years. That is the you that you want to be in the next 5 years. All right, it's very, very key. For five, take care of yourself. Especially women, we find it difficult to take care of ourselves. We take care of everybody, but we forget we've got to take care of ourselves. Take care of yourself because you have daughters that are looking up to you as role models, mentors. They want to see how you take care of yourself. So it will be a guiding light for them. Another thing I want to say is set realistic goals. Yes, January came, we are like, we have goals, we are going to achieve. Break down those goals into achievable bits. All right. For example, you want to write a book. You said January you are going to write 2 books this year. How far have you gone?
Resolution.
Yes. How far have you gone? What are you doing? I tell you that if you can write, a chapter, break it down into chapters. What do you want to achieve? All right? It's very, very important. Very, very important. Lastly, get a mentor. I read the story of the baby eagle, and the eaglet was trying to come out of the eggshell. The mother eagle was there watching. Is this baby going to be a strong one? And so the baby started kicking, breaking down the shell. And she told herself, this one is going to be great, because she can't help the eaglet to break the shell. So eventually she broke free. And she was like, wow, this is the world. And the mother was there to hug, receive. It makes me understand that mentors will help you see the world how it is. They might not bear all your burdens, but they are there to welcome you, to cheer you up. They are there to share their experiences, what worked and what didn't work with you. And so you must be ready to learn. You must be ready to grow. You must be intentional about your growth. You must realize that God has created you for a purpose, and you can achieve your dreams. Your dreams are valid.
Very valid.
Very, very
Very,
valid.
very valid.
Yes, very, very
Okay, wow, this is quite a very long, intentional, and very informative. Would I call it tips? Let's just use tips because, trust me, as much as they are very little, just 5, they are very important, and it's what everybody should stick to, both teenagers and parents also. It's very important because, trust me, at the end of the day, whatever your child become, you will be proud of that child, or the child brings disgrace, and nobody wants to train a child that will bring disgrace. So that is why we're here, to help you get better, and invariably also help you train your children to be better. And one thing I keep telling parents is, whatever mistake you made in your life, in your past life, don't use your child to correct your mistake. You've lived your life, you made your mistake, and you've moved on. Let that child live their life. Guide the child not to make so many mistakes, obviously, but there is no possible way that the child will not make a mistake. There will be mistake, but allow that child to grow out of it. Don't make the child complement the life you never lived. So that's the only thing I'm going to say. But why am I feeling like I should write a book too, like Rita Bada? What's going to be the name of my book? I'm thinking. Blossom. Okay, anyways, we've come to the end of the show. I want to really appreciate you, Rita Bada. Thank you so much. You've been very educating with every word, and for every time you open your mouth, there's just this wisdom that comes with it. It's been amazing, and for pushing into the fact that teenagers have to be better, because trust me, you see that period is where they either make themselves or they mar themselves, and it is very important for us as parents and also as mothers. So yes, I will say thank you very much. All of us from Galaxy TV, the team, everybody, I say thank you so much. So how was the program for you? Do you enjoy the program?
I did.
So if I say, Rita, can you show yourself again? Would you do that?
Of course.
Oh, I'll be so glad to bring you back. Now, this time around, we were talking about the masterpiece, which you talked about, but we did not eventually talk about that. But yes, next time she comes on board, she will be talking about that. So we've come to the end of the program. I hope you enjoyed. If you